I'm Kris Barney. Welcome to our episode today. My company is All Things Possible, and I teach and train and keynote all the time on my traits. And lucky for you, we are going to be talking about a fun trait today, and a trait that I believe with all my heart and that I'm excited to share with you. So let's jump in and get going on this and be able to share with you. If you haven't joined our community, join allthingspossible.biz right here on the screen, or you can even go to krisbarney.com. I would love to have you in our All Things Possible community and able to get all 7 traits, not just the one we're going to talk about today, but to get all 7 traits and to be able to implement those in your life, to see change, to see success, and to have better productivity and achieve your goals. There's so much that can be had and be yours if you will just shift and make a few changes. And I teach all the time, it's baby steps. So jump on with our community and get involved in what we could do and to change your life. So today we're going to talk about grow in genuine gratitude. In my book, in my CDs, in everything, I teach that gratitude has 2 parts. The first part is generic gratitude, and the second one, which is the one we're focusing on today, is genuine gratitude. Well, let's talk about generic gratitude. Generic gratitude is being grateful for the things in your life. Now, I call those kind of monetary things and those things that come up all the time. I'm talking about a roof over your head, clothes, jewelry, even shoes. I'm a big shoes person, and I love shoes, I love choices, I love boots, right? And we all do. When we are grateful for the things that we have, we get more. So that does not have a bad consequence, right? But when we're also grateful in a deeper way, that is called genuine gratitude, and that is when we can be grateful for even our challenges, our trials. Because if you will be grateful for when you're going through a really rough patch or a really tough time, when you can dig deep and you can be grateful for that, you can start to identify what you're learning, what the cause is, and how to get to the bottom of that faster. So even when our family went through cancer twice with my son, the whole time, when we finally embraced genuine gratitude for what we were going through and the lessons we were learning, when we embraced that and started taking our focus off of ourselves and the poor me and the pity party, right? When we changed that, we had phenomenal success. When we took our focus off of us and put it on someone else, everything changed. All the doctors treated us differently, all the nurses treated us differently, we got things that we didn't even ask for. I have several episodes about that and several things about the service and stuff that we were doing and how that really ultimately changed. I'm doing these videos and traits very quickly, so we don't have time to really go into that story, but I do want to tell you, when you embrace those challenges with genuine gratitude, you can see phenomenal results. You will start to see the good. You'll start to recognize the lessons. You'll start to embrace what is happening, and everything seems better. The challenge doesn't seem nearly so bad. So if you can wrap your mind around that, that is what we're going to talk about, and we're going to use our acronym GROW. So before we get to the GROW part, I do want to tell you, if you just want to change your life, if you want to up-level where you're at, no matter what it is, if you can embrace gratitude, it will change everything. So if you're just getting started on this, I want to just give you a tip. If you want to raise your gratitude, if you want to raise your abundance, if you want to raise the opportunities that you have in your life, if you want more to come into your space, whether that's a home, a new job, children, whatever that is, if you can raise your gratitude, it will open up the doors. Gratitude is the key to abundance. The absolute key is gratitude. And once we embrace gratitude, we see so many things differently. So I talk to people about having an attitude of gratitude. And if you have an attitude of gratitude, if it is contagious, right? So when you have the attitude of gratitude and you've got things going on, those are the people you have around you. So let me ask you this question. Is your attitude of gratitude worth catching? Is it? Because a lot of times it's not worth catching. People avoid you. People resist you. People push back. If your attitude is not good, you will get resistance. You will be lonely. You will be away from people. So the 3 things that you can do right off the bat, before we even get into this, the 3 things you can do every week are these. Number 1 is a gratitude journal. I do it as a 5 times 5. That means 5 things you're grateful for, you write down 5 days a week. So 5 times 5. It's an attitude adjustment, it's a gratitude journal, and it's easy. It can be a little notebook, it can be on your phone. It's simple, but it is dramatic, the results that you'll have. When you want to up-level it, don't repeat the 5. Do a whole year without repeating the 5 on 5. I did that, and it was a tough year to not repeat something I'd already said, but you had to start looking for it. And so instead of looking for the negative, you're looking for the positive. And it changes everything. That's the first one. The second one is get out in nature. Every single day, get fresh air. Enjoy the beauty around you. Every season has beauty. Every state has beauty. See some outdoors. Get out in the fresh air. Ground yourself. Walk on the grass. Do whatever it takes to have some nature in your life and in your world. And the third one is to focus on positivity. So much of the time we get focused on the things that aren't working instead of the things that are working. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But I want you to be able to focus on the positive. When we focus on the positive, we have more positive that comes to us. So that's your tips, those 3 right there. Let's jump into this and teach you the acronym GROW for genuine gratitude. The first one is goodness. What I mean by goodness is that you are continually looking for the goodness. Looking for the goodness in everything that you do. Every trial, every challenge, every complication, every disagreement, look for the goodness. So if you were to have a disagreement with your significant other or this relationship of a close relationship that you have, and you have this big blow up, sometimes it's hard to see the goodness. I'm going to say, look at that you have a relationship, that you have someone, that you're not alone. Like, find the goodness. Everywhere you look, there is goodness. And when you let it become second nature that you're constantly looking for the goodness, you can move forward really fast and you'll have better relationships. So when we can look for the greater good in everything that we're doing, it brings us to the next possibility in our life because we're always looking ahead. We're always aware and ready. And so we have really good success. To do this easier, it is to focus on what you have, not what you don't have. Focus on what's working, not what's not working, right? I mean, that seems so easy and so basic, yet we get caught up on what's not working. We get caught up on the flat tire. We get caught up on the sick kids. We get caught up on the piles of laundry instead of we have a washing machine and we have children and we have a car, right? So focus on those things. Focus on being grateful, not ungrateful. These all sound really simple. But look at what's happening in your life and see if you're really focused on the goodness, right? On the goodness. So the last one on that is to focus on how you serve others instead of how others can serve you. When we focus on how we can serve others, not how they're serving us, we will be so much more beneficial. We will be in a genuine gratitude and serving other people, and we will have so much more success. So keep that in mind. I really want you to focus on how that works. The next one is to be ready. So our first one is goodness. The next one is ready. What I mean by ready is ready to show up in genuine gratitude. Ready to be all about finding the good. When we are continuously ready and able, it's so much easier. When we're caught in our stuff and we have this negative attitude, people don't want to be around us. We don't want to be around people. And we're not ready. We're not even ready to look at it. We're so stuck in negative that we're not going to have the positive, and we're not going to see what we could be grateful for. When we are ready, it's also a responsibility. We are being responsible for ourselves. We're being responsible for our choices. We're being responsible for our attitude and our feelings. And that's important because it is your choice. Ultimately, it's your choice, so be ready, right? I have a quote from John F. Kennedy that I want to read to you. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. So if we are to be ready and full of goodness, we are living them, right? We are living our true self of genuine gratitude. And it shows up. It shows up so much. It's so important that we really do this and that we are ready. So the next one is to be open. And I know that we're feeling a little bit rushed. I'm, again, trying to keep these videos down to 15 or 20 minutes, and that makes us have to go fast. But when we are open to seeing the lesson we're learning, we learn the lesson faster. We start to see what the objective is that's going wrong and how to overcome it. So things last shorter. We learn it quicker and we get through it, right? Now people have said, what about illness? What about death? What about all these things? I've gone through those and I've done it both ways. And what I can tell you is when I am open to having gratitude and doing it through genuine gratitude and being in the goodness and being ready and being open to looking for what I'm learning and what's there, I have a ton better success. I promise you, I've done it both ways on several different times. And that's how I learned this. That's how I learned that to be here, you have to do these things. You have to be willing to take it on like that. In fact, Oprah Winfrey, I'll give you another quote. This is what she had to say many years ago. What you focus on expands, and when you focus on the goodness in your life, you create more of it. Opportunities, relationships, even money flowed my way when I learned to be grateful no matter what happened in my life. So, Oprah Winfrey, the big O, right? We get to be open, and we get to watch for those things, and we get to be available and ready to take it on and to have it at a different attitude about it, right? So our last one, our little W down here, is written. Now you're going, why are we using written, right? But gratitude journal. I opened with the 3 things that you can do on a daily basis to totally change your life. And written is one of them. Gratitude journal is so easy to write it down. Now, I like to handwrite in my gratitude journal, and I like to be able to do that. It's very therapeutic. But if you have your cell phone and you're busy, just type it in and swipe it. Whatever it works for you, right? You can do this on a computer. You can make your list anywhere. But I love having a gratitude journal. I keep one in my purse, and I have access to that all the time. Because written is good. Written is also in thank you cards, emails, letters, being able to tell people how you appreciate them. Show your appreciation. Write it down. Little notes to your significant others. Notes to your kids. I used to do notes in my kids' sandwiches, and I used to write notes on the lunch bag when I made lunches many years ago for my husband. And I'd write little notes like, you love me, I love you, right? And it was just really cute, but it was making a difference on the gratitude because I'm so grateful to have my husband, and I'm so grateful for my children. I'm grateful to my parents. I'm grateful to my mentors and trainers and my clients. So write it down. Make sure that you're having that be a piece of it for them to experience you in a better way. One of the things that Hal Elrod said, and I love this, it's one of my favorite quotes ever, was that gratitude and complaining cannot exist simultaneously. You must choose the one that serves you best. Now, what best serves you? Gratitude or complaining? Because they can't coexist. It's one or the other, baby. You have to choose. And once you recognize that and you start catching yourself going, oh my goodness, I'm so choosing to stay where I'm at. I'm staying stuck. I'm choosing it. I get to do this different, right? So just recognize it, take a look at it, and see what you can do. Just to quickly run back through this before we have to call it quits for the day. Goodness, okay? Look for the goodness. Be open to the greater good. Be ready. Be ready to show up and to look for those good things. Be open. Be open to having gratitude. Be open to finding it, right? And written. Write it down. Write it down for you. Write it down for your significant others. Keep a gratitude journal and embrace this change. Embrace how it can be different. Thanks for joining me for this quick little video on Grow in Genuine Gratitude. I do a complete training on this and everything from corporate to personal. And when we really embrace all of these things, it helps us to really jump in and have genuine gratitude. Now, everybody needs to have generic gratitude, and I hope that your generic gratitude is consistent and always. But if you want to up-level to the next level, be grateful for your challenges. Be grateful for those really, really hard trials. And be grateful that you can find what you're looking for and you're learning the lessons that you need to learn so that you can up-level your life. Again, I'm Kris Barney. Thanks for being here with me. Go to my website, allthingspossible.biz, or you can go to krisbarney.com and get all 7 traits. Go and be a part of our community and really up-level your life. I would love for you to see change and join our community. Thanks for being here with me today, and we'll see you next time on All Things Possible. Bye-bye.